The glitz and glamour of the Los Angeles Lakers franchise were on full display during the 2022-23 NBA season. Led by iconic figures LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the team embarked on a journey that was a roller coaster of triumphs, setbacks, and ultimately a test of their resilience. In this season recap, we delve into the highs, lows, and the path forward for the Lakers. So grab your donuts and ready yourself. And of course, kindly hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, like this video, and please stay till the end. Everybody can agree that the 2022-23 NBA season was a roller coaster ride. We began with high hopes and joyful spirits, some of which got crushed while others lifted even more. This is not the story of the victory of the Nuggets, or the moves we saw from the Miami Heat. This is about the LA Lakers and their struggles all season and occasional victories. Are you ready? The Lakers' 2022-2023 season climaxed when LeBron James became the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Former Lakers star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has held this milestone for 38 years. Still, on February 7th, in his 20th season, James exceeded the record with a fadeaway jump shot over the defense of the Oklahoma City Thunder, collecting his 38,388th point all-time in the process. James surpassed the record while playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. At that time, the Los Angeles Lakers attempted to clinch a position in the postseason playoffs. The Western Conference was teeming with ambitious up-and-coming clubs like the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks, who were making waves with the addition of talents like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Clubs like these were creating waves with the addition of talented players. Anyway, during the middle of the season in Los Angeles at the Crypto.com arena, LeBron James passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a former center for the LA Lakers, to take over the record for most points scored in NBA history. This moment was a symbolic handoff between the two players as they continued to compete. However, a sad end awaited the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals when they lost to the Nuggets. In a game that proved Jokic had come to take the Nuggets to glory, James finished with 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. But even the top scorer in NBA history couldn't stop the Nuggets from advancing to the NBA Finals. It was probably sadder to watch when James lost 2 tying shots in the final seconds of the game. That was the last thing you'd expect from the king himself. From the start, James, scoring 21 points in the first quarter, had worked hard to keep the Lakers competitive throughout the game. The Lakers had erased a 7-point deficit and tied with only 5 minutes left to play. But Jokic, big man Jokic, scores a fall-away three-pointer. And even after Davis hits 2 free throws, Jokic was there for the Nuggets again to put them ahead. James then missed his first typing shot with only 26 seconds left, but Murray's mistake returned the ball to the Lakers, with James leading the advance. However, Murray and Gordon would not let him have the final tying point of the game. Hearing the buzzer at that point was probably the worst for Lakers fans all over, and the game ended with Lakers' defeat at 111-113. That was 2 of the many events for LeBron and the Lakers last season. But what really was the impacts of the Lakers trades last season? The Los Angeles Lakers made intelligent moves by signing contracts with players such as D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and Mo Bamba. The Los Angeles Lakers made these deals intending to improve their prospects of getting a higher seed in the Western Conference. A very competitive conference. Folks, indeed, we saw a competition. Notably, former Lakers point player Russell Westbrook signed a mid-season deal with the Los Angeles Clippers, alleviating the Lakers' burden of his big $47.1 million contract. Because of this decision, the organization could sign new contracts with incoming players like Russell, Bamba, Beasley, and Vanderbilt, among others. Some fans loved the move, and others did not, as you can imagine. Anthony Davis, the center for the Lakers, routinely averaged a double-double by scoring 26.3 points per game, while shooting an incredible 56.8% from the field, and pulling down 12.4 rebounds on average. The freshly acquired players who signed with the Lakers in the final moments before the deadline significantly boosted the team's defensive powers. As a result of the team's recent injection of length and talent, they currently hold the 12th best defensive rating in the entirety of the NBA. In addition, the Lakers intentionally surrounded LeBron James with proficient shooters, allowing them to replicate James's success with his previous teams, the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers, in previous postseasons. James, who has won the Most Valuable Player award 4 times and been selected to the NBA All-Star team 19 times, had an ankle injury earlier in the season while playing for the Mavericks. After recovering from his injury on February 26th, he returned to the court with the Los Angeles Lakers and played against the Chicago Bulls. In this game, he came off the bench and scored 19 points, an unusual occurrence in his career. We cannot even pretend not to know that the Lakers struggled so much because of the many injuries that brought their players down. We even commend them for ending up where they did because, oh boy, Starting with a bad record and having your two key players kept on the sidelines for a while is sure to do a number on the scoreboard. Moving on, D'Angelo Russell, a new starting point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2022-2023 NBA season, displayed his sharpshooting talents by scoring 17.7 points per game on average in the City of Angels while competing in the NBA. The team clinched the 7th seed with a record of 41 wins and 39 defeats in the Western Conference, placing them in the NBA playoffs bracket at the very least provisionally. It was up to players like Davis and James, along with their newly appointed head coach Darvin Ham, to pick up the load of carrying the team through the regular season and securing a spot in the NBA playoffs. LeBron James, who was then 38 years old, knew the window of opportunity for winning a 5th NBA title was closing. The pressure was palpable for the Lakers, decked out in purple and gold uniforms, and the competition was fierce, even more so because of how much of a disaster they were at the beginning. Now, while several players have helped create this disaster, 3 team members stand out as having been mainly instrumental. And we say this because, boy oh boy, fans were pissed at the end of the season. Who are these 3 we speak of? First on the list is Patrick Beverley. You may already know that the Los Angeles Lakers made a trade with the Utah Jazz to acquire Patrick Beverley to bolster their backcourt by doing so. Teaming him with another good defender like Westbrook held potential and presented a robust basis for the upcoming season. On the other hand, the actuality didn't fully live up to the anticipations. Patrick Beverley started each of the 10 games he participated in, but did not provide the results that were expected of him, in contrast to Westbrook, who spent most of the season coming off the bench. Even though he played more than 28.4 minutes per game on average, his performance was far from impressive. He only averaged 4.9 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game, while shooting 28.6% from the floor. Beverley's playing time indicated that he should be leading the offense, even though this was not the role intended for him. The Lakers' plans had to be adjusted as a result of his offensive troubles, as well as his ineffectiveness on the defensive end. When considering his starting position, these deficiencies stood out even more starkly. As time passed, it became necessary for the Lakers to investigate many other starting alternatives in the backcourt. The second is LeBron James. LeBron James continued to be the club's best player throughout the season. On the other hand, it was impossible to ignore the undeniable reality that he did not perform to the level of dominance that is typically expected of him. During the previous season, James demonstrated his everlasting dominance by single-handedly keeping the Lakers afloat during difficult times similar to current ones. Despite the high stakes and high expectations, everyone's hopes were focused on James to repeat his previous season's success. Nevertheless, his performance did not live up to these expectations. His statistics during the first 10 games were decent, but needed to meet the expected level. He had 24.9 PPG, 8.8 RPG, 6.9 APG, 45.7 FG percentage, 23.93 P percentage. Even though James wasn't getting a lot of support from his teammates, it was clear that his leadership couldn't match the impact it had during the previous season. As a result, the poor 10 start that the Lakers had was partially ascribed to the fact that he was unable to manage the club as well as he had in the past. Lastly, there was Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka, the Lakers' general manager, has been thrust into the spotlight as pivotal in the team's difficult start. Pelinka's dubious choices in forming the squad's roster significantly affected the predicament the team found itself in. The critical move of acquiring Russell Westbrook did not result in the desired objectives for the team. The Lakers' versatility on the court became limited due to the roster imbalance and the lack of assets available for trade. Pelinka's attempts to overhaul the bench were mainly unsuccessful, except for Lonnie Walker IV, who emerged as the lone positive. The fact that he could not surround James and Davis with a cast that could support them was a big obstacle for the squad. Although they won a title in 2020, future roster changes had negative consequences. In the end, Pelinka could not put together a competitive squad around crucial players like James and Davis, which proved detrimental to the Lakers' success. Pelinka was the one who got held responsible for the development of the roster, even though the difficulties presented by the current squad were acknowledged. Nevertheless, our attention has turned to the offseason. The front office and coaching staff have been entrusted with conducting an in-depth analysis of the team's recent performance, the composition of the roster, and the strategies that will be used moving ahead. For the Lakers to have a more formidable team next season, it will be essential for them to address the issues regarding injuries, increase their depth, and cultivate a feeling of continuity. Throughout the season, Lakers fans, well known for their sincere devotion, went through a roller coaster of feelings. Even though they faced challenges, LeBron James and Anthony Davis still performed outstanding performances, which earned them praise from many people. The highlights are a testament. Others vented their dissatisfaction over the team's injury problems, which limited the group's potential. And there you have it, folks. A comprehensive analysis of the Los Angeles Lakers 2022-23 NBA season. Triumphs and challenges marked the season, showcasing the team's resilience and determination. As the offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on how the Lakers regroup and prepare for the upcoming season. Thanks for tuning in today. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more in-depth sports analyses and updates. Until next time.
You don't know me, son. Get it. 18. You don't know me, son. Get it. 19. You don't know me, son. Yeah. Come on, man. That's too easy.